What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to The Savvy Show. And in today's episode, TheRubber has dropped a new animation, and it looks pretty cool. This is SCP-899, Lost Children. So like always, my first impressions of this is probably going to be some lost gremlin-like children that have some kind of powers, who knows? I'm sure it'll be like a bunch of children. It won't be just one entity. It'll be, a bunch of lost kids that have some kind of cool powers. Who knows? But we're going to find out today nonetheless. So with that being said though, before we dive deep, I gotta let you guys know, I'm going to make a community post about this too, but on the 8th to the 15th, I'll be going on a trip and I won't be able to record any new reactions that are going to be posted within those dates between the 8th and the 15th. So before my trip, I'm going to try to schedule other reactions that I haven't, got around to, that are already out, for the times that I'm not going to be home to record. So hopefully I can get those all down after record up to a week's worth on top of what I'm already recording every day for you guys. So bear with me, but that's what's going to be happening. So if you're wondering about when I'm going to be reacting to something that just dropped between the 8th and the 15th, I won't be able to react to that until I'm back home on the 16th. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'll make a community post about this too, so the few people that are not watching this reaction would know. So yeah, I'll try my best to get the reactions out for you while I'm on the trip. So hope you guys understand and you guys are excited for the reactions in store, and it will only be even better when I come back to react to all the new ones. Now we got that out the way, y'all know the routine. If you like this video and if you enjoyed along the way, please remember to smash that like button for me. Also smash the sub button, join the family if you're not already part of it. Come on guys, if you're watching multiple videos and you haven't subbed, there's something wrong with you. This is the best place for you to get your daily dose of SCP heat. And I'm telling you, if you like SCP content and you like my reaction style, it's a no-brainer, guys. Smash that button, and remember, turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload, because YouTube will not notify you if you're just subbed when I post. So it behooves you to stay plugged that way. So with that all out the way, without any further ado, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-899, Lost Children. Lego.
Viewer discretion is advised. A child has wandered off into the dense brush of the forest. An alone conservation officer was dispatched to recover the young boy. Thankfully, the report indicates that he was only missing for around 10 minutes, and therefore locating the boy would have been simple. It should have been simple. The officer found hints of the child, a shoe here, a toy there, and pretty soon a sound of a child calling out to him. He ran deeper into the woods, where it soon became unnaturally dark despite the sun still being up. Lost due to his rushing around, he checked his compass, but finds it going haywire and cracked, his radio getting only static. After a few seconds, terror seizes his body as a horde of blue phantasmic entities surround him just beyond the trees.
The lost children.
In horror, he realized they resembled children,
they look like ghosts,
gnashing their teeth at him, cursing and shouting horrible nightmarish things.
What the heck?
He attempted to flee as they proceeded to throw rocks and sharpened sticks at him.
Dang.
All the way until he stumbled out of the denser part of the forest he found himself in. Battered and bloody, he looked back and finally sees the ghostly apparition of the child he was sent to find.
Wow.
Only this time, the boy's face was blank,
so he's dead,
featureless, just like all the others. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today,
Ghost
we bring
kids.
you a SCP Foundation Euclid class object, SCP-899.
Let's get it.
SCP-899, also known as Lost Children,
God.
is a psychic and telekinetic phenomenon that has a tendency to manifest itself as groups of antagonistic, ghostly children.
Jesus.
899 is contained in a dense and deep sectioned off part in the Rocky Mountains. Travelers in the area have reported being pursued and harassed by small shadowy figures that curse and throw rocks to drive them out. The figures tend to be featureless, and it is usually difficult to determine if they possess any gender, or even individual voices and behaviors.
Then why did he show them with features screaming like that? What?
Failure to leave the area will result
That's
in
weird.
an increase of aggressive behavior, culminating in a direct physical attack by the entities.
Oh my god.
Adults who come into physical contact with the entities will suffer the loss of all detailed memories prior to the onset of puberty.
Yo, what?
Children who come into contact with the entities will physically disappear, after which some or all of the entities may take on parts of the lost child's appearance.
Whoa. So they're not ghosts. So these anomalies are taking the appearances of the kids that they're touching, not the kids becoming part of the lost children. From what I'm gathering right now. What the heck? Yo, I did not expect that.
No attempts to communicate or find the whereabouts of a child lost in this way have yet been successful. Furthermore, Foundation staffs are set up in 3 service cabins, with all the trees around the cabins cut down. It has been noted that the entities can be warded off by iron bullets, which are carried by Foundation staff in the area. An experiment was carried out to test SCP-573's effect against 899.
Okay.
SCP-573 is a flute made of human bones.
The heck?
When played, it places animals and prepubescent children into a highly receptive state, and will do whatever the flute user requests.
Oh my God, look at that dog.
Agent W arrived at the national park with the bone flute in hand. A researcher, Dr. Waltz, was also brought along to record the findings.
Alrighty.
Suddenly, a cacophony of childlike screams and swearing is heard in the distance,
Jeez.
as stones begin to pelt the two. The formless childlike manifestations were closing in on them by the seconds. Agent W begins playing 573. And after a few seconds, the melody appeared to have soothed the bloodthirsty manifestations.
Oh, wow.
They became docile, and after a few minutes, faded away as the agent continued to play, until they left the area. Dr. Waltz breathed a sigh of relief. That actually worked! What is this thing? The same thing as those children. Anomalies out of this world.
Okay.
Or perhaps we are the anomalies. Maybe these things have been on Earth longer than we have, and they're just tolerating us. We're tampering in something when we should leave them alone.
That would be interesting.
I think the Foundation is a mistake sometimes.
Whoa.
Despite Dr. Waltz's objections, he was forced to accompany Agent W on another round of testing with 573.
He's excited.
The testing went ahead as planned, and proceeded to have the same effects on 899 as the previous test. However, while the manifestations faded away, a new manifestation dubbed SCP-899-1 appeared.
Yo.
It was described as an adolescent male, with open wounds and gashes covering his body.
So all of them are not
It
kids.
screeched wildly, dropped to all fours, and with great speed pounced on the doctor.
What the heck?
It sunk its teeth deep into the doctor's
Yo,
forearm
play the flute.
before moving on and bit into his leg and his neck. Agent W fired his sidearm and managed to ward off the beast-like apparition
just
as
went
it
through him?
faded away, making a grotesque gurgling sound. Dr. Waltz was hospitalized immediately, and despite the severity of the attack, he only received scars. Fortunately, he was able to maintain his memories from his youth, considering direct attacks from 899 have a tendency to erase such recollections.
So I guess it's only the kids that could do that. And that weird version of SCP-99-1 can't do that for some reason.
The Foundation then deemed the use of 573 inappropriate against 899, citing that the effects of 573 would be too harmful, and potentially create other anomalies similar to 899-1.
Oh, wait. So that version of this SCP was created because they were using the flute. So it kind of evolved. So the flute won't work on him. That's what I'm gathering. Like, if he would have played the flute, it wouldn't work on this version because he's not a kid or anything anymore, I guess. Huh.
Agent W was vehemently against this, but was largely ignored, and his pleas were passed over.
Damn.
A few days later, Dr. Waltz was cleared by the doctors and psychologists. Agent W drank in celebrations, alone. That bastard. Perhaps he is made of tougher stuff than I had previously thought. When the outpost heard that Agent W was to be stationed with them, the staffs randomly went on leave. He took another sip at his glass.
They don't like him?
It's only natural, I guess, after what happened to Waltz.
Oh, yeah,
Hell,
I guess.
I'd be running away from me, too. Waltz probably won't be returning to help me either. He made a toast to Dr. Waltz and then walked to the window. There he heard sounds of swearing and cursing and manifestations of 899 in the distance, advancing towards his cabin. Agent W was caught off guard and immediately went for his pistol. What the hell are they doing over here? I'm not even outside. What attracted them? He rushed out and fired a couple of shots into the manifestations, causing them to swear and shout vile things at Agent W. After a few more shots, the manifestations retreated. Unfortunately, as they faded, an old foe emerged. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Agent W reloaded and fired again at 899-1.
Oh my god.
It only made it angrier.
Why does it come after him?
Closed the distance between them and with great force, it smashed into Agent W, sending him back into the cabin. It then pounced onto him, thrashing him around like a rag doll.
Bro.
Agent W fired desperately at close range, and he was able to fend it off.
Nice.
But another trouble presented itself. The cabin was caught on fire. During the struggle,
Dang.
899-1 had bit off chunks of Agent W's shoulder and thighs, broken a few of his ribs. He stood up immediately with a scream of pain and began to limp towards the door while trying to reach the Foundation on his radio. Immediate assistance needed at Rocky Mountain Outpost. The place is on fire and I'm hurt. They've surrounded me and... A heavy piece of burning log fell on Agent W.
He's donezo.
It effectively pinned him on the ground. He was immobilized. The smoke filled up his lungs as he screamed and coughed. Through the door, he could see the children manifesting again, cursing at him. Maybe it was his current predicament. Whatever they were swearing at him sounded like he was being mocked now.
I wouldn't have opened the door, to be honest. I would have just stayed inside and just called for backup. I don't know why he went outside to start shooting them. I don't know.
You damn demons! When I get out there, I'll...
If you survive.
The cabin was fully engulfed by the flames. The
Suffocate.
roar of the raging fire overpowered Agent W's scream. And soon, he was no more.
You should not be screaming, yeah, and that's why you're dead. You don't have that much oxygen. You're just killing yourself faster.
899 faded back into the darkness,
Dang.
leaving the cabin burning brightly in the dark night.
So they had a grudge against him.
Remember to check out my new
They had a grudge against him. That's what I'm assuming. Because it makes no correlation why they came after him randomly in a cabin when he wasn't in the woods whatsoever. So, I mean, I guess that's a warning next time not to piss off weird SCPs like this one. God damn. This was a cool one, though. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, please let me know by smashing that like button. And also let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about this SCP. If you believe it came back to him because of the grudge or it was something else maybe. Let me know. And also remember, smash that bell so you stay plugged for each and every upload. And unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.